this is Jack and Will, and this is In Your Face. All right, first question. Do you think LeBron or Melo or both of them will go to the Lakers?
I have a hard time saying one of them's going to go to the Lakers already. I think that LeBron is definitely going to stay in Miami. I think he's happy where he's at. The Heat are going to pay him as much as he can to stay in Miami because the Heat are a certain dynasty with him on their team. And I think that Carmelo, with the addition of Andrea Bargnani, the Knicks really let him know that Carmelo wants to stay in New York because I think they're really being built this year to be a championship team. And I think they're going to same thing as the Heat. They've been a good team, and they're going to do whatever. Like they re-signed J.R. Smith. They're going to do whatever to keep Melo in New York. I don't see either of them going to L.A. And
I agree with Jack. I don't see LeBron going to L.A. He's already won 2 titles with the Heat in a row. And I don't think he can ensure one with the Lakers, even with Kobe. I think it's too small for the both of them since they're both really big stars and everything. And for Melo, I don't think he's going to go to the Lakers either. They're going to probably pay him as much money as he can to stay because he's one of the big leaders, stars, and motivators on the team.
All right, second question. What MLB team will have a big second half comeback to make the playoffs?
Well, I have to think it's the Baltimore Orioles. I think with the explosive firepower of Adam Jones and Chris Davis and, Nick Markakis and those other guys too, I don't see them not making the playoffs. I mean, their pitching has to be a little better, but I think that can happen. And the division's certainly not a lock, and I think the Orioles can win the division, but I'm going to say a wild card just to be safe with them right now. But I think the Orioles can make the playoffs, and I think they can make it far in the playoffs. It's just their pitching that carries them, and I think their pitching's going to do well along with their firepower offense.
I'm going with Mets. They are currently 4th in the NL East. I think they have David Wright on their team, and that's a big person to look up to. I think any team with David Wright should be a successful team, no matter, because David Wright is just so fundamentally great and just a great motivator. And they're pitching with Matt Harvey. I think they're just really going to step back. And
you think the Mets are going to make the playoffs?
Yes.
They're like 11 games out, at least.
I think they're going to make the playoffs.
All right, interesting. All right, final question. What will be the 4 players who are the Heisman candidates for this year's college football season?
I have 3 locks for me right now. The 4th one is kind of open to somebody that steps up this year. I have to see Clowney and the Heisman. I think he's one of the most dominant players in college football, and I think he's probably the most, maybe. I don't think he's the most, but he's a very good player. And he's right, quarterbacks are scared of him. And Johnny Manziel, I think, is a lock. He's too explosive. I don't worry what he's going to do in the offseason, and he's not going to transfer what he's doing on the field. I think he's going to come out and have a stellar season for A&M this year. And I also think that Todd Gurley is going to be a Heisman. Last year as a freshman, he was very impressive against good defenses like LSU, Florida, all those other Alabama, all those other teams like that. And with the defense in the SEC not going to be as good this year, I think Gurley is just going to explode this year for Georgia. And I also think if there's one candidate for me, it'd be A.J. McCarron because A.J. McCarron has won 2 or 3 national championships at Alabama. I think he's won 2. But he is very underrated. He leads Alabama to championships, but everybody's just talking about their defense and their running game. He's one of the reasons he's a very good passing quarterback. And with him and a good running back, they're unstoppable. And a good defense, they're unstoppable like they've been showing us the past 2 years.
I have Todd Gurley. He's not afraid to get tackled or tackle. He's very aggressive out of the pocket, and he almost led Georgia to the national title. And I have A.J. McCarron. He's not afraid to pass the ball wherever it is. You always say Alabama has the defense and blocking and all that stuff, but A.J. McCarron, he's not afraid to do anything. And I have Clowney. He's really aggressive. Quarterbacks are always afraid of him. Everybody's afraid of him. He's just aggressive out of the pocket. He's not afraid to do what he can to win.
Who do you think will be the 4th? Do you have any ideas, or do you think it's all open to what happens?
You don't think Manziel will get the Heisman? You don't think anybody else? Well, I think the 2014 NFL draft will be an interesting one. a lot of great players, a lot of good surprises in the 2014 college football season.
Well, this is Jack and Will, and this has been Face vs. Debate.
In your face.
In your face.